we create surface cleaner to work with the adhesives of the vinyl.
Perfect.
What we don't want is in 5 years' time when you come to remove something, it's not going to remove correctly, or it's going to leave a lot of adhesive.
Yeah.
We want it to come off as clean as possible.
Perfect.
Also, there's certain cleaners in there that may have a tack enhancer in them. We don't want that with our adhesive system, so we want a nice clean panel.
Okay, cool.
I am looking for a flat panel here where I'm starting. I've got a door. I don't know if this is a side door maybe, whatever door it is. Nice flat panel anyway, so I am glassing my material out, as we can see. What we're not seeing is we're not creating pockets.
Yeah.
So if you pull in one direction, you can see this happening.
Yeah.
I am making sure that it is nice and flat. Nice flat surface.
Yeah.
I can see everything, and I'm putting a little bit of pressure on the high point. So in the middle, it's completely floats. We can see that. It's not floating, it's floating at the moment.
Yeah, so you're getting your high points first.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I'm just going to get an anchor point going all the way around the outside. Just a squeegee width.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about anything else.
Okay.
The reason for that is because if I install any of this down here now, and then I come back to my recess, you will find that the most common place to get a mistake is going to be in the recess. It's not going to be on the flat panel. I've just said that I'm currently floating the material, dependent on the depth of my recess, depending if I've got a single step or a double step recess, will all depend how I take action on this bit here. Now, because I'm only working with a single step recess, and it's only a 20-25mm recess, we're not looking at the new big chunky 100-120mm recesses. Nice standard one here. I am going to leave a 100mm bridge gap. That is the width of your squeegee. You cannot get it wrong if you are an installer. Okay. So I am width of my squeegee. I'm just leaving a bridge. That is the width of my squeegee, 100mm. So I'm just going to apply this here in the middle. Create a horseshoe all the way. And now we've got that 100mm bridge gap there or thereabouts. Go all the way around.
If the recess was deeper, would you
leave a bigger bridge gap
or not bridge at all?
Float the whole centre.
Perfect.
Depending on what you've got. If I was pushing into, if it's coming out of a solvent printer, I may be sceptical about what's going on here in the middle, but I wouldn't. If it come out of a solvent, I still wouldn't float the centre. Okay. Because it's tacky and naturally, that will, as soon as you put heat anywhere near that, you'll just get trappy bubbles all the way around. You're then going to struggle to get them out. So I would always still, with a solvent, put an anchor through the middle, but maybe think about my depth being slightly different. The most important thing to focus on is heat distribution, where you're actually placing the heat in general. So I know my high risk of failing area, if it's going to fail, it's going to be in that recess. It's going to be in that deep curve that we've got going on there, which means that I'm only going to flash a bit of heat on that area to make the material flexible and conformable, but I'm actually going to put the majority of my heat here on a flat surface. Okay. It cannot fail when it's on a flat surface. So I'm going to roll my edge first so I don't get no creases. Now you'll be able to see at this point, can we see how we've still got waves? They're slightly starting to disappear, but we've got waves going all the way along. I've had a few questions this morning already about what temperature material starts to conform at, and that is at 45 degrees Celsius. Okay. We're not octopuses, so we can't have hands and carrying loads of things. Yeah. So it's all about visually how you see that. So visually, when we see those waves, we know where we're getting up to because it will wave, then it will go nice and flat. Okay. So my heat is going to sit here down on this lower line, not up here. 1 step, 2 step, doesn't matter. Always coming in my curve with my glove because my squeegee doesn't bend.
And where you're applying the heat there is basically around sort of the flat piece, the lower level.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So
yeah. There's
you'll
no heat
notice
going in the recess.
Absolutely none whatsoever. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to chase this pathway of air out now. What I'm not going to do is install all of this, then chase my pathway out.
Yeah. What do you see as some of the biggest mistakes people come across doing this? Some of the
Bridge
common
gaps,
errors?
they will always come small. So this
Yeah.
is so common. They want to feel tension, they want to reduce this bridge gap. Now, something that I've not explained that maybe I should explain is that cast material, the maximum percentage of stretch is 30%.
Yeah.
But as an installer, we actually sit between 6 and 10% worth of stretch. The reason is because it's safe.
Yeah.
I can, let's say when I am wrapping a corner around the edge, I'm only working with probably 3-4 millimeters of material. Now, if I stretch that 30%, all I've got to do is stretch that by a millimeter, which is probably what you're going to be doing to get it round. So we sit between 6 and 10% because it's safe, and so we can work on smaller parts like that. It's so common that people would do this and they'll go, it's okay, it doesn't matter. And what you'll see in a minute is that this area will go down exactly the same from a large bridge gap to the small bridge gap. It will initially look exactly the same. It will look flawless, it will look identical. The difference is I know that this bit it could be 2 days, it could be 2 weeks time, will fail.
Yeah.
But I'm going to complete this now and you're going to see that it looks the same.
Yeah.
Again, no heat is coming down low, it's all staying up higher.
Yeah.
I've done that as a one step, so I've got that in one step, nice and simple.
I think that's what we see most common is that people think that they should apply heat where the recess is.
Yeah.
You know, where ideally there should be no sort of stretch of material in the recess. All the stretch should be where it shouldn't feel, which is on the flat.
Absolutely. And you'll notice a difference immediately as soon as I get this down. There should be a few people pointing out a couple of errors that you will now see in this.
Just our trap in the corner.
You can see distortion in the line.
Can you see the distortion in the line and the distortion in the black?
Yeah.
I've got nothing there. But can you see how?
Yeah. And why has that happened?
It's because it's overstretched. Because that bridge gap was made from your 100 mil
Yes.
down to your line.